Hi, Matt Cope here with the new flat rate, here to demonstrate how to use a new product, ACR Leak Freeze with Magic Frost, refrigerant leak sealer that, in our opinion, is one of the simplest to install that's hit the industry yet today. Now, how does it work? Well, you need a couple of things. First of all, we're going to need the ACR Leak Freeze. You need the product, right? After that, you're going to need a reusable applicator tube. The applicator tube is very, very simple. It just simply, once you break the seal, it just screws right on top of the sealer. So let's go ahead and set it up. First of all, I'm going to need a pair of pliers. Here we go. Take and just pull off the tube at the top of the bottle. Chunk that. Then from there, just attach your nozzle directly to the top of the injector tube. So once you have your hose attached, if you've used the hose before, because they are reusable, and so it still has product remaining in the line, we need to purge this out as to make sure we don't get any contaminants in the system. All right? So first of all, I'm going to grab me just a nice disposable bottle so I can dispose of properly afterwards. I'm just going to put it into the bottle and just inject it until I see the new product fill up the hose. Once I've purged that out, then I can put on the lid and dispose of properly. Now, how do we get this into a system that's operating at a very high pressure? If the unit was running low on refrigerant, go ahead and inject the sealer into the system before you fill it back up with refrigerant. Now, what if it doesn't need any Freon? Say you're putting it in as a preventative, and so the pressures are really high. Well, guess what? We got a special tool to help with that. It's one of those things that every technician has on their truck. Yep, it's a caulking gun. Very, very simple. Grab your caulking gun, slide the tube into the gun, let it stick out a little bit, close the gun, and we're ready to go. Where are we going to install the sealer? Well, very simple. We're going to install it in the low side suction line going into the unit. Now, according to what kind of valve you have, whether it's a service valve or a king valve, we'll tell you whether or not you need to crack it off a back seat or whether you can just hook it up right under the Schrader port. In this case today, we're just hooking it onto the Schrader valve. So let's take a look. We're going to come down here and just simply attach it right under the service valve with it in your caulking gun so that the pressure doesn't cause anything to push back out. Now that we're all hooked up, we're ready to inject the leak freeze into the line. Be sure to take your time, put it in nice and gradual, and so it can mix with the refrigerant as it's going in. Now, as we're injecting, sometimes if it gives you a little bit of an issue and the pressure's too high to push against, you can always close down the one of your other service valves a little bit in order to help lower the pressure to make it easier to inject. Now, when you lower the pressure, also remember that you can sometimes inject it with just your hand and you don't even need the caulking gun at that point. Either way, as you're putting it in the system, make sure you take your time and just let the stuff go in nice and easy so you don't have any problems. All right, go ahead. Now that we have it all in the system, go ahead and disconnect your reusable hose. Just like that. Remove the product from your caulking gun. Go ahead. Store that somewhere, disconnect your reusable hose, and dispose of your cylinder properly. Hey, I'm Matt Cope here at the new flat rate. Glad that you took the time to watch our video today, and I encourage you to take a step out and experiment with the new products on the industry. Find out what works best for you and your company and your guys, and what's really best for your customers is always going to be for them to have a service technician that's actively trying to improve his everyday skills. Again, thanks for watching. Have a great day.